thought he did well. I'd like to have seen more of those seats filled.
That's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about the governor's answer tonight. I'm just guessing. I'm pretty drunk.
I am talking about the governor's answer tonight. But I'm also talking about every day there's some... Look, Toby, we can talk about this with you in the room, or if you're more comfortable, we can...
Allison, I don't have time to make people comfortable. If a change has to be made, it has to be made. Jerry, Cal, Max, Steve, you're fired.
What?
What?
No kidding. It's moving day. I want Toby. The rest of you, thanks very much. Fellas, look at my face. You're done. Don't screw up. It's freezing cold in October. I don't know how you people live here.
Did you just fire Cal Memphis?
Yeah.
You fired him.
Yeah, and Jerry and Mac and Steve and the other guy.
Is there anyone you kept?
I kept Toby Ziegler.
Oh, you kept Toby Ziegler and you fired everybody else.
Yeah.
Toby Ziegler is the only person working for us I don't know, and he's the one you kept.
Take him home, would you?
Those were the only people I knew.
Those people were worthless. It's time we bring in what we need.
So you made that decision on your own?
Yeah. You know why? Because you're a crappy politician. I think you'll find I'll be making a lot of decisions on my own, so start getting used to it.
You know, I got elected to Congress by this state. This state sent me to Congress 3 times and then elected me governor, all without your help. Don't start.
No, seriously, that's a real political accomplishment considering your family founded this state.
Hey.
Were you even opposed in any of those elections?
You got rid of all the people I know.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Why are you doing this? You're a player. You're bigger in the party than I am. Hoynes would make you national chairman. Leo, tell me this isn't one of the 12 steps.
That's what it is. Right after admitting that we're powerless over alcohol and that a higher power can restore us to sanity. That's where you come in.
Leo?
Because I'm tired of it year after year after year after year, having to choose between the lesser of who cares, of trying to get myself excited about a candidate who can speak in complete sentences, of setting the bar so low, I can hardly look at it. They say a good man can't get elected president. I don't believe that, do you?
You think I'm that man?
Yes.
Doesn't it matter that I'm not as sure?
Ah. Act as if ye have faith, and faith shall be given to you. Put another way, fake it till you make it. You did good tonight.
Yeah.
This is the time of Jed Bartlet, old friend. You're gonna open your mouth and lift houses off the ground. Whole houses clear off the ground.
CJ?
Yeah.
You know you haven't asked me anything yet, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, never mind.
CJ?
Seriously, forget about it.
What was your question?
The two of you, come take a walk with me.
What's going on?
I wanted to tell you this out where there were people so you wouldn't scream about it.
Scream about what?
The woman who was on Capitol Beat with Sam Sunday night.
What about her?
I'm offering her a job.
Where?
Here.
Are you kidding?
No.
Are you kidding?
No.
Are you kidding?
No.
Well, what the hell made you think I wouldn't scream when there are people?
I took a shot.
Leo!
Outside.
Leah,
Yeah.
she's here.
Good.
Should I send you in?
Yeah.
You want me to stay here
Why?
in case something should happen?
What would that be, exactly?
I'll bring her in.
Thank you. Ainsley,
Mr. McGarry.
Leo's fine.
Yes, sir.
Were you offered coffee or something to drink?
Yes, the woman who works out there, who I imagine is your secretary, offered me coffee or a soft drink.
Okay, so...
She was also kind enough to ask for my coat.
Excellent.
She seems to be a very good secretary.
Well, she'll be happy to hear that. She's standing right outside the door.
Ow.
So, I have to tell you, I've never seen Sam Seaborn get beat the way you beat him on Monday.
Yes, well, Mr. McGarry.
Leo?
Yes, sir. I've been thinking about that ever since your office called me on Tuesday, and I have something to say on my own behalf. If you'll permit me a moment to say it, and I understand if you won't, but I would really appreciate it if you did.
I didn't really follow that, but whatever.
I think that it is wrong For a man in your position to summon someone to the White House to reprimand them for voicing opposition, I think that that is wrong. And it is inappropriate. It's inappropriate, and I'll tell you what else.
It's wrong.
Yes.
That's fine, except you weren't summoned here to be reprimanded.
Well, then if you'll permit me, why was I summoned?
You have an interesting conversational style, you know that?
It's a nervous condition.
I used to have a nervous condition.
How did yours manifest itself?
I drank a lot of scotch.
I get sick when I drink too much.
I get drunk when I drink too much.
Well, Mr. McGarry.
Leo?
Yes, sir. I'll ask again, for what purpose was I brought here today?
So I could offer you a job.
I'm asking because I do not think that it is fair that I be expected to play the role of the mouse to the White House's cat in the game of, you know the game.
Cat and mouse?
Yes. And it's not like I'm not, you know. The fact that I may not look like some of the other Republicans who have crossed your path does not mean that I am any less inclined toward...
Here it comes.
Did you say offer me a job?
Yes. Associate White House Counsel. You'd report to the Deputy White House Counsel who reports to the White House Counsel who reports to me.
I'm sorry. A job in this White House?
You want a glass of scotch?
Yes, please. I have always been a Republican. My father is a Republican. His father was state chairman of the North Carolina Republican Party.
Yes?
When I was young, I was a young Republican.
Yeah, Ainsley, even if you hadn't already told me all of this, you know, many, many times, I would know it anyway because I have this FBI file.
You have my FBI file?
Yes.
I can't believe that. You have my FBI file?
Yes.
I have an FBI file?
Ainsley.
Mr. McGarry, I loathe almost everything you believe in.
Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm standing up, which is how one speaks in opposition in a civilized world.
Well, you go, girl.
I find this administration smug and patronizing and under the impression that those who disagree with them are less than they are and with colder hearts.
I don't think that's true.
How many people on your staff assumed that I was ambitious, mean, and stupid?
None. C.J. Craig thinks you kill your pets. You don't do that, do you?
No, I don't kill my pets. I don't have any pets. I was thinking about getting a pet, but that doesn't matter. The point is...
Ainsley.
Yes, sir.
Don't you want to work in the White House?
Oh, only since I was 2.
Okay, then.
It has to be this White House?
Ainsley.
Mr. McGarry.
The president likes smart people who disagree with him. He wants to hear from you. The president's asking you to serve. And everything else is crap. Think about it overnight. Come back here at 6 tomorrow and give me your answer. Margaret! How you doing? Show Miss Hayes out, would you please?
This way.
Messed with you. I didn't even know we had offices down here.
That bodes well for me.
I wonder what else we got down here.
Bats, possibly.
Room 442 is what we're looking for. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it any second now.
You really didn't need to take me down here.
There's no way you'd find it yourself.
You're the White House Chief of Staff. You shouldn't be.
Don't worry about it. 442? Where the hell is it?
You've been really decent to me, Leo. I want to thank you for that.
Kid, the others are gonna come around.
No, they won't.
See, you gotta remember that the people you're talking about live their lives under siege, 24 hours, every day, at a time in their lives where they're trying with all their might to do good. You're in their foxhole. Sam Seaborn had this innocent relationship with a girl. Bam, here comes the enemy. I'm a recovering alcoholic. Bam. Radio, TV, magazines, cameras in front of my house. People shouting at my daughter at the ball game. Editorials, op-eds. He's a drunk. He's dangerous. He should resign.
I wrote one of those op-ed pieces.
I know. It's right over here. 442. It's written down here, this is the steam pipe trunk distribution venue.
I'm working in the steam pipe trunk distribution venue?
No, you're working in your office.
Well, thank you for the help.
Hey. Hey.
Hey,
Did you talk to Steve Joyce and Mark Brookline?
Yes, I did.
See, I was told you were just going to be working the majority counsel's office, which I wasn't wild about to begin with, but it's my understanding I'd be talking to Brookline and Joyce, seeing as how they work for me.
I was taking initiative.
Well, wasn't that spunky of you?
Sam, do you think there's any chance that you could be rude to me tomorrow? Tomorrow is Saturday. I will be here. You can call me and be rude by phone, or you can stop by and do it in person. Because I think if I have to endure another disappointment today from this place that I have worshipped, I am going to lose it. So if you could wait until tomorrow, I would appreciate it.
Anyway. The jury returned a $7 million. I'll be back in just a second, okay? Ainsley? Look, can I touch you for a minute? All of us really trying to say, who did this? Who did this?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Don't worry
Who
about
sent
it.
you this?
Don't worry about
Ainsley?
it. Sam,
How did your meeting end up going with Brookline and Joyce?
it went great, Sam. I talked to them for a couple of minutes, and I think that... Sam!
Did anybody order a pizza? And if they didn't, could they do it now?
You know what, guys? When I write something, I sign my name. Here, I'll show you.
Sam!
You have any idea how big of a harassment suit you just exposed us to? She works here. Which is more than I could say for either one of you. You're fired. S. Seaborn.
Sam, I don't know who you think you are around here, but you can't fire us.
Oh, yes, he can. Leave here and don't ever come back. It's time for both of you to write your book now.
Is that CJ?
It's Donna Moss.
Hi.
What happened?
I can't turn the heat down.
Did you try?
No, I just looked at the thermostat and got discouraged.
Really?
Of course I tried. I could grow papayas in here.
It's a nice office.
It's the steam pipe distribution venue.
It's got character.
I think I'm losing weight.
You want to come work upstairs in the bullpen?
I need to concentrate.
Nobody's here.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. I just came down to say hi.
And I talk, but I need to get this done.
I'll leave you alone.
Thanks.
What are you working on?
I'm making notes for Josh.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
The constitutional questions involved.
Yeah.
Full faith and credit.
Right.
Do you and I look alike?
I'm sorry?
Do we look alike?
No.
That's what I thought. I didn't think we looked alike.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about dyeing your hair red?
No.
You should.
Why?
You look good.
We don't look alike.
No. And I tell people that. I'm gonna go work upstairs.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I think because of the alabaster skin and the farm girl looks that
You're wigging out, Donna.
Yes. You sure you don't want to work upstairs?
No, it may be hot down here, but at least it's quiet. Okay. Boy, I could use a fresco.
I'm a flautist. In high school, I was the best in my row. And so I asked myself, if I'd pursued the flute professionally, would I be meeting interesting men? And the answer comes back to me. Probably not.
I played the trombone.
Did you meet interesting men?
Yeah.
Is it a hard instrument to learn if I took it up now?
Talk to me about the full faith and credit clause.
It says that full faith and credit shall be given by each state to the public acts, records, and judicial proceedings of every other state. It means if you're married in Maryland, it's got to be recognized by Nebraska.
So how is the Marriage Recognition Act not unconstitutional?
Because it also says that Congress can prescribe the manner in which such acts and records are proved, which means they can decide what being married means within the context of Article 4.
Josh?
Yeah.
Toby?
Yeah. What's going on? I'm gonna tell him to sign the damn thing.
Okay.
How's his mood?
He's frustrated. He's feeling...
You know, when he goes off on a thing, Toby, he expects you to bring him in.
He wants you to do it so he doesn't have to do it himself. Josh, off the top of your head, what do you think about tuition incentives for...
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, we're 82 miles south of the runway and beginning our initial descent. If I could ask you all to find seats. Thank you.
What was that?
We're landing.
No, I mean, what were you gonna...
Nothing.
All right, I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna talk to Leo.
I'll see you guys Monday.
Good night.
Take it easy.
Did you know she played the trombone?
I didn't.
Tonight stunk, Josh.
I'm sorry about that.
I didn't mean having to work, although that was a treat. I meant the guy.
Who was he?
Lobbyist with Travis West. He was pretty full of himself and without a lot of cause to be.
An obnoxious insurance lobbyist. What were the odds?
It isn't funny, Josh.
I gotta go see Leo.
I'll call you in the morning.
You look really great in that dress tonight, Donna. You should buy it for yourself.
Sam?
Did you know there's a swimming pool underneath the press briefing room?
I didn't.
There's a swimming pool underneath there. And I'll tell you what else. According to the OMB efficiency auditor, there are more people working in the West Wing of the White House than in any point in history.
You want to free up office space by kicking out the press corps?
Yeah.
And putting in a swimming pool?
I realize that there are some flaws in my logic.
Yeah. Leo needs a favor.
What?
He needs you to go to dinner at Ben and Sally's and apologize to Karen Cahill for making fun of her shoes.
I didn't make fun of her shoes.
He did.
I don't have any problem with her shoes.
Leo did.
What was his problem with her shoes?
Doesn't matter, just do what you usually do.
Here's the thing.
What?
I don't do well with Karen.
Why?
I get nervous.
What happens?
I become unimpressive.
In what way?
In many ways.
You don't fall down, do you?
When?
With Karen.
Once.
You'll be fine.
You think?
You'll be impressive.
I never have been before, but that's no reason to think I'm not going to do it.
Right.
You know why?
Doesn't really matter.
Perseverance. You get right back on the horse. I'm going to sit there, and she's going to go home saying, that Sam Seaborn's impressive. I'm going to say nice things about him.
Reach for the stars, Sam.
I will.
Good.
Did the president say that the stats were even more staggering right here in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
Would you remind me to clarify that?
Why?
He was in Louisville, Kentucky when he said it.
Hey,
Hey,
you got my note.
about moving the press room to the OEOB. Yeah. I did.
And?
Don't let anyone ever know that you wrote it, and don't ever mention it again under any circumstances.
Moving the press room?
See what you did?
CJ.
You mentioned it.
Look.
You did it again.
No, I didn't.
You were about to.
Just the OEOB, just across the street.
We're not getting a swimming pool, Sam.
No, we're not getting a swimming pool, but we can get much-needed office space, and we can put a little physical distance between the press and the president, and we can put them just across the street in a state-of-the-art facility.
By state-of-the-art, you mean?
A room with electricity.
The press doesn't want physical distance from the president, and the American people would prefer the president didn't have physical distance from the press.
CJ.
We can't exile the press.
The room I'm talking about is 100 yards from where we're standing.
It sends a signal we're trying to hide things from them.
We are trying to hide things from them, but I don't think we're going to be any better at it if they're across the street.
No.
I'll get more information for you.
I don't need more information.
So that you can ruminate.
I don't need to ruminate.
Excellent. Josh.
How'd it go?
Hang on a second.
What do you need?
Did the monthly DNC go out yet?
It's going out now.
Is there time to tack on a question?
Yeah, Donna, get me the polling center at Global Strategies Group.
Yeah.
What's the question?
CJ thinks if we move the press out of the West Wing, the American people will object. Which is crazy. So I want to show our numbers.
Mike at Global Strategies.
I want to tack on a question, okay? Would you object to... Would you have... yes or no, would you have an objection if... What should the question be?
If the White House moved the press corps to Trenton, New Jersey, would you give a flying?
Okay. Would you object to the White House moving the press room out of the West Wing and into a facility across the street? Read it back.
How'd it go?
It went great.
Thank you.
I had to talk to Karen Cahill last night.
Did you fall down at all?
I did not. In fact, we were talking about the stability of former Soviet republics and their fear of Islamic extremism, and I have to say that I made some very scholarly points regarding the remaining nuclear weapons in Kyrgyzstan, and I have to believe, not to say...
Kazakhstan. Nuclear weapons are in Kazakhstan.
Is it Kyrgyzstan?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Kyrgyzstan has no nuclear weapons.
No.
Kazakhstan's a country 4 times the size of Texas and has a sizable number of former Russian missile silos.
Yes.
Kyrgyzstan's on the side of a hill near China and has mostly nomads and sheep.
I'm sure you got it right last night.
Yes. I'm sure. Okay.
Josh,
Gotta go.
Yeah.
are you okay?
Yeah. What?
Is it true that Leo can't stand a guy named Lord John Marberry?
Why?
A reporter asked me.
What's a reporter doing talking to you?
It's a friend of a friend.
Leo McGarry has nothing but respect and affection for John Marberry.
That's what I said.
Good, because Leo thinks he's a lunatic.
He's very handsome.
That may be so, but Leo thinks he's a lunatic.
Are you threatened by his brilliance?
No.
You seem threatened by his brilliance.
How do you know he's brilliant?
I saw his picture.
I'm not threatened by his brilliance, nor am I threatened by his good looks.
What about his charm?
I'm not threatened at all.
I'm sorry, I meant Leo.
Neither Leo or I are threatened by his brains, his looks, or his charm. He is, however, a lunatic Brit, and we're grateful there's an ocean between us.
There isn't anymore.
There isn't what?
An ocean between you.
Please don't tell me.
He's the new British ambassador to the United States.
Yeah.
Josh?
Yeah.
He's dreamy.
Just gonna, stand next to the wall a little while longer.
Gerald, old friend.
Good to see you, Ambassador.
It's as if the gods themselves insist that we be not long apart, you and I.
They do seem to strongly insist upon that, yes.
Your assistant, Margaret, is looking positively buxom.
Thank you. I'll tell her.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, well done.
John?
Oh, my aide, Caprice.
How do you do?
Leo McGarry.
Good to see you, Ambassador.
God bless you, Josh. The prayers of millions were answered.
Thank you, sir.
I have come.
Yes.
I am Lord John Marbury, along with my aide, Caprice, and I'm hereby presenting my credentials in the fervent hope...
John, we do that later with the president.
Excellent.
I will tell you, though, that I personally welcome you and I look forward to our new partnership.
As do I.
I know we've had our differences in the past, but I think you know I respect you. I congratulate you on this auspicious occasion. And as a matter of fact, the timing of your arrival couldn't be better.
How so?
Leo's trying to convince the president to give the NMD more time.
And you're an expert in the field, and I hope I can count on your support.
Well, you may hope for it, but you'll not have it.
Why not?
Because the NMD is an absurdly wasteful military boondoggle that will never produce a working missile. It violates any number of elements of the ABM Treaty, and any argument you make in its defense will surely be moronic.
Détente.
I'm sorry, Gerald.
We're gonna have this out.
Excellent.
Let's go get United, or whatever the hell it is we do.
It missed by 137 miles.
Yes.
I could have missed by 37 fewer miles, and it would have still have missed by 100 miles. It doesn't work.
That depends what your definition is.
Well, my definition is precisely the same as everyone else's. John! Mr. President.
It's good to have you here.
Your servant, as always.
What made you agree to take the post?
I don't know. I suppose it's possible I was drunk.
Reasonable bet.
Listen, I got to go a few blocks across town and give an address on global warming and the future of our planet. That's not something you're interested in, right?
Oh, good God, no.
Okay. Well, stay here and fight with Leo about something. We'll get you some dinner. I'll be back in an hour. We'll do your thing and then enjoy the reception.
Excellent.
Indeed.
Here we go. An hour, did you say?
Yes.
I'll need some amusement.
Good evening, Your Lordship.
Excellent.
John, let me explain why you've been waiting. I have to see people in the order in which they arrived. You got beat by Argentina.
Oh, well, yes.
You also lost out on preferred seating for the State of the Union.
I'm required to attend the State of the Union?
Yes.
Well, then attend it I shall.
Okay. Tom?
Mr. President, it is with pleasure that I present His Excellency Lord John Marbury of Great Britain, and by request of the Secretary of State, ask that you accept his credentials from Her Royal Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, as Great Britain's ambassador to the United States.
Where are you on the missile shield?
Well, I think it's dangerous, illegal, fiscally irresponsible, technologically unsound, and a threat to all people everywhere.
Leo?
I think the world invented a nuclear weapon
I think the world owes it to itself to see if it can't invent something that would make it irrelevant.
Well, that's the right sentiment. And certainly a credible one from a man who's fought in a war. You think you can make it stop? Well, you can't. We build a shield, and somebody will build a better missile.
Well, it's a discussion for serious men. They say a statesman is a politician who's been dead for 15 years. I'd like us to be statesmen while we're still alive. Lord Marberry, I accept your letter of credence from Queen Elizabeth, and by affixing my signature and seal, do hereby declare you to be an ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary.
Well, thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
God bless America.
God save the Queen.
Fire your gun.
I can't fire a warning shot indoors.
No, I mean fire at them. Just kidding. Hey, Solzhenitsyn. Come here. You're the group leader?
Yeah, I'm Terry Weber.
You know what you did today that was really stupid? You gave away the cameras. The cameras in here, I've got a problem because I don't want to look like I can't control the crowd. Without the cameras, I can sit here, read the sports section for 2 hours, walk outside and say we talked. So, you guys want to talk, that's fine, but you're in charge of crowd control. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Folks, people, let's listen up.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Toby Ziegler, and I'm the White House Communications Director and a Senior Domestic Policy Advisor to the President.
We need clean air more than free trade.
How many 12-year-olds made your shoes, Toby?
You want to send out the pizza or something?
Look, I'm not saying we're going to like the answers, all right? I'm saying we're going to give them a chance to talk. Now, if you do have a question... my question is who elected his boss, not the people or Kaiser Permanente?
He's not mine.
You really
You're having a pretty good time, aren't you?
Well, it's not like being at a Yankee game. Well, actually, yeah, it's like being at a Yankee game.
So, Toby,
Officer.
since you're not really doing anything right now, I was wondering, what's this all about?
It's about the WTO, Rhonda, the World Trade Organization.
Well, I get that from the signs in the newspapers.
The World Trade Organization is a group of 140 countries who have agreed to specific trade policies.
So, what's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that.
What would they say if I asked them the same question?
They'd say the WTO benefits corporations and not people.
Does it?
Benefits both. Look at them.
Yeah.
Philistines.
Take my nightstick and go kick their ass.
Yeah, make all the jokes you want, but let me tell you something. They claim to speak for the underprivileged. But here in the blackest city in America, I'm looking at a room with no black faces, no Asians, no Hispanics. Where the hell's the third world they claim to represent?
A lot of third worlders in the cabinet room today, were there?
You're starting to bother me.
That's because I'm armed.
No, I like that. I'm going outside. It's activist vacation is what it is. Spring break for anarchist wannabes. Black t-shirts, the gas mask as fashion accessories.
These kids today with the hair and the clothes.
All right, that's it, Flatfoot.
I got great feet.
I want the benefits of free trade. Food is cheaper.
Yes.
Food is cheaper. Clothes are cheaper, steel is cheaper, cars are cheaper. Phone service is cheaper. You feel me building rhythm here? That's because I'm a speechwriter and I know how to make a point.
Toby.
It lowers prices, it raises income. You see what I did with lowers and raises there?
Yes.
It's called the science of listener attention. We did repetition, we did floating opposites, and now you end with the one that's not like the others. Ready? Free trade stops wars. And that's it. Free trade stops wars. And we figure out a way to fix the rest. One world, one peace. I'm sure I've seen that on a sign somewhere.
God, Toby. Wouldn't it be great if there was someone around here with communication skills who could go in there and tell them that?
Shut up. Toby. What are you doing here?
Came down to see how it was going. How's it going? Just learned.
On the sax.
Any trouble?
No.
Josh, the WTO is undemocratic and accountable to no one. Decisions are made by executive directors, and the developing world has little to say about institutional policy.
What was that?
I protested to you.
Why?
Because I'm not allowed to get arrested anymore.
Let's go back.
No. I hate these people with the heat of a Nova. Yet here I go.
Attaboy.
Shut up.
I got your back, man, you know? Or not?
Excuse me, Mr. President?
I closed the embassies in Tanzania and Brussels.
What about domestic?
I don't have to make that call yet.
How much time do you have?
About an hour.
Mr. President, I've got Toby waiting in his office right now.
Why?
We've got to tell him.
Tell him what?
We've got to tell him.
What happened?
He got curious when Hoynes volunteered to step in for Bill Trotter. And then more curious when he found out it was because Hoynes put a pole in the field.
Yeah.
Now he's camping in Killington, Vermont with a quick stop
Come
in New
on.
Hampshire, and Toby's not an idiot. None of them are.
He scheduled a trip to New Hampshire?
High-tech corridor of the Northeast.
Yeah, thanks to who?
What does that matter right now? I think you gotta see this as an opportunity.
To do what?
To gauge reaction.
You think Toby's reaction's going to be the same as the public's?
I meant the staff.
Which will be?
I'm sorry, sir.
The staff's reaction will be what?
I don't know. Shock. Betrayal. Confusion. Concern about our future. I don't know.
What do I tell him?
Everything.
Go get him.
Yes, sir.
Now it starts.
Yes.
Well.
You know what the problem with this is?
Yes.
It's supposed to be funny.
And yet?
It's not.
No.
Who worked on this?
Jay Breach. Janet Lippman, Andy Cahill worked on it a little.
You know what they did?
Yeah.
They forgot to bring the funny.
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
I want to show it to him within the hour.
Toby.
Yeah. Sam and I are going to stay and punch up some of the jokes for the correspondence dinner.
Yeah, I read it.
They forgot the funny.
Yeah.
You want to stay?
Where are you going to be?
We'll find a place.
I'll hook up with you in a little bit.
What's going on?
Nothing. Did you see the draft for the correspondence dinner?
Yeah.
It's not funny.
Sam's going to work on it.
Toby, take it easy in there, okay?
You can go on.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Hey, Toby, you want a drink?
No, thank you, sir. I'm fine.
Have a drink with me.
Sure.
Bourbon no ice.
Thank you.
You know, and I just found out recently, to be called bourbon, it has to come from Kentucky. Otherwise, it's called sour mash. An Algerian-born terrorist named Redin Assam was arrested at the Canadian border yesterday with a U-Haul containing 10 2-ounce jars filled with nitroglycerin.
And they don't allow that kind of thing at Yosemite?
No. Anyway, on advice from state and intelligence, I closed the embassies in Tanzania and Brussels.
What about the FAA?
They want me to order the airports to heighten security, but it's a holiday weekend. I don't know. Toby, I got to tell you something.
Does the FAA have to present evidence of a credible threat?
Yeah.
How do they do that?
I don't know. They do it.
Is there a, excuse me, sir, is there a time frame?
About an hour. Toby, around 10 years ago, for a period of a few months, I was feeling run down and I had a pain in my leg. They both eventually subsided, but then 8 years ago, the pain came back, as well as numbness. My vision would be blurry sometimes and I'd get dizzy. During an eye exam, the doctor detected abnormal pupil responses and ordered an MRI. The radiologist found plaque on my brain and spine. I have a relapsing, remitting course of MS.
I'm sorry, sir.
I have multiple sclerosis, Toby.
You still filling out forms, Charlie?
Well, I'm gonna be filling out forms for quite some time. It's basically gonna be my major.
What is going to be your major?
I really don't know.
Gonna join the Glee Club?
I don't think so, Mrs. Lanningham.
Oh, Glee Club's important.
I'm only gonna have time for a couple of classes at night. I'm not gonna be able to be that gleeful.
How about fencing?
Fencing.
You're taking fencing?
I'm not taking fencing.
He's not taking Glee Club either.
Fencing's good, because you learn the philosophy of self-defense.
Well, I usually don't get a lot of people pulling an epee on me in my neighborhood, and my philosophy of self-defense has a lot to do with running as fast as I possibly can. These forms are really out of control, you know that? Look at this. 6 forms for financial aid, 3 forms for housing, and I'm not using their housing. A form for roommate preference, and I'm not using their housing. Emergency contacts, general activity information, transfer of credits, and a 14-page form.
What?
Charlie, what?
Hang on, please. Margaret, I need to speak to Leo.
He's in a meeting with Oliver Babish.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, I need to speak to him right now, please. Tell him it's an old friend from home.
You sure?
Yeah.
What is it? Charlie, you can talk to me. What is it? Charlie.
When Zoe and Ellie went to college. When they went to college, they would have had to fill out a health form.
What are you...
On the form, they ask for a number of things, including a complete family medical history.
God. Charlie. How did you know he was sick? How did you know that the president was sick? Charlie.
Leo. If you're under 18 when you start as a freshman, if you're under 18, you need a parent's signature.
Okay.
Sit down. Don't be scared. My youngest daughter's got a big mouth.
No, she doesn't, sir. She wanted me to be on the lookout for certain physical signs so I could tell the First Lady.
We won't discuss this anymore for the time being. It'll be public soon enough. And the more conversations you have with me, the more lawyers you're going to have to talk to. And they bill in an hour what you take home in a week, so we won't discuss it except to say this. You're going to be subpoenaed. I'm confident in your loyalty to me. I'm confident in your love for me. If you lie to protect me, if you lie just once, if you lie just a little,
If you lie because you can't stand what's happening to me and the people making it happen, if you ever lie, you're finished with me. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Say you understand.
I understand, sir.
Go back to work.
Yes, sir. Is there anything you need?
I need you to go to law school and graduate as soon as humanly possible.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Connolly?
Yes.
I'm Donna Moss. I'm Josh Lyman's assistant. He's tied up with Mr. McGarry for just a couple more minutes. I hope you don't mind waiting.
No.
Does anybody know if it's going to rain this afternoon? They're asking me.
The paper said mid-afternoon.
So we know it won't be that. Call the Navy Yard for me, would you?
Yeah.
Donna,
Yeah.
have you seen CJ?
No, what's so funny?
Ed just got a fax from... I'm sorry. Ed just got a fax from a man named Byron Talmadge. He's the Associate Administrator for NASA's Office of Space Cadets.
Flight.
Office of Space Flight.
The OSF.
What'd the fax say?
A huge Chinese satellite is going to come crashing to Earth, and we don't know where, and we don't know when.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's right here in the fax.
A satellite is crashing to Earth and NASA sent us a fax?
Yeah.
This is for real.
Yes.
A satellite is going to crash into the Earth.
Yes.
Why are you laughing?
We thought it was funny.
I'm an assistant. What am I supposed to do with this information?
The fax was for CJ. Just give it to her when you see her.
Donna, they say it's not going to rain this afternoon.
Well, that's a relief. Josh,
Yeah.
a fax was sent to the press office from the Office of Space Flight at NASA. A Chinese satellite called Zodiac has fallen out of its orbit and will be falling to Earth at an unspecified time and place.
What are you telling me for?
What am I telling you for?
Yeah.
This giant thing is falling to Earth. They're watching it on radar. Isn't there something we do?
Like what?
Like sound the alarm? I don't know.
Sound the alarm.
There is no alarm.
There's really not. Martin?
Yes.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, that's okay.
Come on back.
Josh,
The fax is for the press office. Give it to them.
the deputies are at breakfast, and I don't know where CJ is.
Martin, you can have a seat in my office. CJ's meeting with Babish. I'll be inside.
You're not concerned about this?
No. Hey, Donna.
Hey, Charlie.
Is there anything you need?
Nope, just came in to say hi.
How you doing?
Good. So, NASA's OSF tells us that the 30th Space Wing at Vandenberg Air Force Base believes that a Chinese satellite has fallen out of its orbital flight plan. The last detection the 30th had placed it in what they call a degrading orbital path, and it's now dropped off their radar, suggesting it's begun a rapid fall towards the Earth's atmosphere.
Cool.
No, it's not. What's the matter with you people?
What'd I do?
A thing the size of a garbage truck is going to be in a 2,000-mile-an-hour free fall, and no one knows where it's going to hit.
I'm rooting for Zurich.
Charlie,
I've had it up to here with the Swiss.
You don't.
Hang on. Excuse me.
Chinese embassy won't even admit it's their satellite. We know it's their satellite. We've been looking at it for 7 years. It's like looking through a telescope and knowing Mars is Mars.
Donna, please tell me you didn't call the Chinese embassy.
I didn't call the embassy. People called the embassy. It's not like this isn't cause for concern.
That's right.
That's right. The Chinese news networks aren't reporting it because they won't admit it's happening.
Why do you suppose the American news networks aren't reporting it?
That's a fascinating question to me.
To all of us.
We didn't even know what kind of satellite it is.
Could be anything.
Communications.
That's right.
Weather.
Yep.
Could be a spy satellite.
Could have plutonium.
That's right. Plutonium?
Yeah.
Plutonium.
Well, nuclear reactors on a satellite aren't that common, but you never know.
No. I suppose you don't.
Hey, Donna.
Good evening, ma'am. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was the trip?
Well, I got a medevac helicopter named after me. Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, but there's a giant object hurling its way toward us at a devastating velocity.
Tell me about it.
You know, Donna got hold of this fax that was sent to the press office from the OSF at NASA.
What, something falling out of the sky?
Yeah.
We get that fax once a week.
Yeah, but Donna doesn't know that. She thinks it's an emergency.
And you didn't want to tell her.
No, because the other way you get a day's worth of entertainment without leaving the office. She doesn't know that these things fall out of the sky all the time. Once every 10 days, as a matter of fact. Since the first year we started putting man-made objects in space, 17,000 have come back, and remarkably, not one person has been hit. So I suppose there's an argument to be made that we're due.
Yeah. Pick me right up there, Josh.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Eagle's moving.
He talked to her on the phone?
He talked to her at the airport.
But he called her on the phone.
To get her to the airport.
Yeah, but I'm saying, did she hang up the phone, turn to her friends, and say, you're never going to believe why I'm getting on a plane?
He told her she was coming out to do some polling on subsurface agriculture.
What the hell is that?
It's vegetables that grow underground. He told her she was coming out here to find out if Americans are eating more beets.
Is this a joke?
It was Josh, Mr. President. It was a job done well. You want to start not trusting Josh? Let's go.
Where are we going?
The basement.
Why?
Because I don't like the way it looks, the 7 of us meeting in the middle of the night.
You like the way it looks if we're meeting in the basement?
Let's go.
These numbers are going to be meaningless.
Yeah.
Governor from an industrial state. It's posed as a hypothetical before people have any education on it. Plus, there's no way to factor existing approval numbers, particularly when it comes to matters of trust.
Sagittarius. Are they on their way?
Yeah.
They're on their way?
Yeah.
Joey, your flight was all right? Your flight was all okay?
These numbers aren't going to mean anything, right? With the hypothetical and lack of context, plus the pre-existing level of trust.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's got numbers like Walter Cronkite.
Yeah.
Is there anything in there that we're gonna like?
We are, in fact, eating more beets.
Okay.
Good evening.
Mr. President, you remember Joey Lucas?
Yeah.
And her interpreter, Kenny?
Joey, did you make photocopies of that?
No, sir.
Good. Let's get started.
Mr. President, I polled 1,170 registered voters in Michigan, giving their governor a hypothetical concealed...
Excuse me. How many people in this room know Kenny's last name?
It's fine.
I believe this operation is no longer covert.
Mr. President, Kenny's been with me for 11 years. To trust me is to trust him.
Josh?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
1,170 registered voters in Michigan were polled, giving their governor a hypothetical concealed degenerative illness. These are the results. Do you agree that it's okay for the governor to lie about his health? 17% agree, 83% disagree. Would you be as likely or less likely to vote for the governor now that you know he has a degenerative illness? 71% say less likely. The largest block of likely voters are women over 55. 78% of those women say they wouldn't vote for a candidate with MS.
We just lost Florida.
This may be the worst stat, sir. 74% believe MS to be fatal.
They may be right.
62% of Democrats aren't going to vote for you. 65% of those describing themselves as liberal aren't going to vote for you because you lied.
Joey, is there any good news in there at all?
No, sir.
Why not a presidential address? 10, 15 minutes. I have this illness. I concealed it. I apologize. Let me tell you about it. Let me reduce your fears.
It's too cold.
It's not too cold.
He needs to be with the First Lady.
Some decorative room? Sitting with his wife weakens him. Let's put him behind the Kennedy desk. Let's put him in the East Room. Let's put him in the briefing room.
Sam, he's going to go on TV and say he lied. I don't want him doing it behind the seal of the president.
You think without the seal, people are going to forget he's the president?
We'll do a 30-minute live special for one of the news magazines.
Live to tape, or tape?
Live. I don't want a producer editing what he says.
What if we want to edit what he said?
That's our tough luck.
When?
How about Thursday night?
Wednesday night.
Why?
Because Thursday night is where they pay their bills, and it's going to be tough enough getting 30 minutes and not telling them why without cutting into their bread and butter during May sweeps.
Who gives a damn about May sweeps?
They do, Sam.